Thank you so much for listening. What an odd beginning. This is Comedian's Guide to Autism.
You're out of practice.
I'm out of practice. We were talking about coffee. Graham shocked me by doing the old point and click.
I didn't give him a countdown.
We didn't. We usually do a countdown. This is my name is Kirk Smith. This is Comedian's Guide to Autism. I'm here with my friend
Graham K. Hello, everybody.
It's been weeks, man.
Yeah, it might be a month. Did
5
we do
weeks?
one? Did we do one when you were in Australia?
I think we did. I think we did one.
Kirk flew in from Australia 2 days ago. He texts me
It's true.
from Australia, and he's like, "We should record." I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And he goes, "Do you want to record on Wednesday? I fly in at 8, maybe 9." I go, "What? You want to fly in from Australia?
It was a little ambitious.
Go straight from the airport, and then talk about autism
It was a little ambitious.
at 9 o'clock at night?"
It was a little ambitious.
I said no. Absolutely
No,
not.
You said absolutely not. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah,
ha, ha,
yeah,
ha,
yeah.
ha.
I said, "What's wrong with you?"
You did say that too.
Ha, 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 ha.
That's true.
And there's that's a larger answer, but the long story short is he came to his senses, and 2 days later, after 2 good sleeps, you look great.
I had a couple of good sleeps. I had 4 shows. I'm wiped.
Yeah, you don't seem wiped. You see? Are you wiped?
No, I'm doing great, dude.
Yeah.
I feel great.
When do you turn 50?
A few weeks. I've got another month of my 40s, man. We're packing it in.
How do you
Old
feel?
man Smith.
How do you feel?
Strong.
Yeah. But like existentially,
Existentially?
Existentially. Do you know when you don't say a word
You're
for
adding that
a
extra T
while,
there for some reason.
and your brain won't do it?
Existentially.
Existentially. Existentially. There it is. It's back.
Graham's back. One-eyed Graham is back. We kind of buried the lead. Graham is on crutches, and I got up late, to be honest. I'm super jet-lagged, and I overslept. And I go, "Can we do it now?" "Yes, only if you bring me eggs."
I can't grocery shop. I had hip surgery. We're the oldest people in the world doing a podcast about autism. He's 50.
And he looks like he's 50.
I look like I have a gray beard, and I had hip surgery. That's true. A month ago, 5 weeks ago now.
Crutches.
I've been on crutches for 5 weeks. I can only stand or lie in bed, or if I want to sit down, I can sit down for about an hour on a special cushion I bought to go on top of my chair. And anyway, my life is hell, and yeah, it's fine though. It's fine. I didn't get a hip replacement. You'll enjoy this, Kirk. Normally, after 40, you get a replacement for what I have, but
You're such a stud.
he said that I am biologically young.
Oh, man. If you only knew you like I knew you.
Yeah, I know. I know. And so they just shaved down my femur and sewed back together my labrum.
Sounds terrible.
And my dad came to take care of me for 5 days. That's also like a wake-up call. You need a girlfriend when your 75-year-old dad has to come to take care of you.
It's 2 old men, the odd couple in
It
here.
truly was a guy.
Where's the saucepans? I don't know.
Just a guy on Oxycontin trying to tell a 75-year-old man how to navigate New York City.
Perfect fit.
Perfect team.
Just both looking at each other with disappointment.
Yeah, he truly was like, because my brother is still on crutches because he
broke his
slipped.
foot.
It's just a tough winter for the K-boys. And my 75-year-old dad is doing better than his 2 sons.
Yeah, how's he in better shape? That's not good.
Yeah, he is just like...
It's a tough old Scottish blood.
Yeah.
Refuses to die.
No, he's fine. Don't say that. He's good. He's,
No, I just mean he's resilient. He doesn't, and you never tell me he gets hurt.
No, he won't. The thing is, he won't talk about it. I talk about it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You okay? And he's just bleeding.
He hurt his knee, and he's like, going golfing. And it's my mom's like, you can't go golfing. You hurt your knee. It's like, well.
Not the good one. The good one's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, he. It's been a trip, but I will say this. I get very negative, and I get sad, and I get worried that I've made a mistake getting this elective surgery and to repair an old sports injury, and I've made a huge mistake, and I'll never get better, and I'm going to be in pain the rest of my life. And my brother is also going through the exact same thing. He's a month ahead of me his has been going on for 2 months. Mine's only been going on for 1 month. He is way more positive. He's like, Graham, I do my physical therapy to help me get past the time, and I'll be back at work in March. And before that, we thought it was February, and he'd be like, "That's not so far away." And now it's February, and now it's gonna be March. And he's still like, "That's okay. It's not too far away. I'll be all set for summer."
That's right.
And it doesn't hurt so much, and it doesn't hurt as much as it did when I broke it. And he's just like infinitely positive.
That's great.
And I am infinitely negative.
Together, you're complete.
And I look up to him, and it helps me realize that it's all in my head, and I'm not thinking clearly. And he is one of his powers, one of the traits that is positive that autism has given him is that he's able to look at the facts, zoom out on a macro level, and assess the situation and go, okay, well, that's it. And then it'll be fine after this if I just do this. And me, I'm like, worst case scenario, what about that? What about that? What about that? When in actuality, I am progressing. But he talked to me today. He was like, Graham, you need to do your exercises more because you won't get better. And I was complaining that I did my exercises and they hurt. And he's like, well, you won't get better if you don't do them.
The voice of reason in Graham's life.
Yeah.
Or reason.
Yeah. So I hung up on him. No, I didn't. No, he's...
Ernie, this isn't the kind of support I need from you.
Yeah. Yeah. This morning we had a classic Bert and Ernie wake up. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah. He's doing this thing now where we wake up and he puts his fingers in front of the camera and does like a fake tickle motion.
He's a little director now, yeah.
Yeah, and he goes, he pretends to tickle me through the camera. Every morning, it's very cute. And then I take the phone and I go far away, close away, like close up, far away, close up, and then I go side by side and I go He likes that a lot. And then we both complain about our problems.
Just two of you sitting in wheelchairs talking about your legs.
We both have crutches. But we're helping each other get through it is the point.
I think
he's helping me more than I'm helping him, I think.
Yeah. I think it's good to commiserate. I like it.
Yeah, I do talk to him twice a day, where normally I would talk to him once a day because he's alone all day in his apartment.
You both are alone all day in your apartments.
It's true.
I don't bring you eggs. You starve here.
Did it smell like eggs when you walked in?
No, I said if I didn't bring you eggs, you would have starved.
I know, but I'm asking. It made me think of that.
I didn't smell eggs.
Okay, good. Did it smell bad?
Nope. Smelled a little bit of coffee.
Okay, good. You never know what it smells like when you're in an apartment.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Okay, good.
I think JJ's doing good. We had a hard time with our calls with the time difference. It was a tough one. Yeah. But, I think he's doing good. I've got that. I'm going to see him next month. So I've got that planned out already. Excited about that. I did a autism show in Perth. I did 4 of them, Comedian's Guide to Autism, and it was good. We did 7 things you may or may not know about autism. The ticket sales are pretty good. It's been 4 or 5 years since I've been out to Australia. We had a couple of returning fans. I don't want to bore you with the tour details, but it was good. We did 5 cities. The last stop was Melbourne, the Comedy Shop, the Comics Lounge, and it was good. Shows, blah 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 blah. It was good. Nothing too crazy. Should we do in the news? What are you thinking?
Let's do in the news.
Okay, this is great. So I don't know if I knew this. Did you know that Joe McHale had a kid with autism? I don't think I knew this.
No.
I don't think I knew this. So this is in People magazine, that noted scientific publication. I was going to say rag, but I'm like, be nice. Publication. Joe McHale, who's about your build, I think. I think he's about 6'4".
Big guy.
Big fella.
He's a champion for tall boy actors. We're discriminated against. Did you know that?
Well, I'm guessing, yes, some people don't want to stand next to you on camera. It makes them look.
We just don't fit in frame.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so you have to have like every angle needs to be wider. So you kind of like have to be, every tall actor, like Vince Vaughn or whatever, he's like 6'5". They only got into it through something else, like their friend wrote them into something, or they became a famous stand-up. But just going out for auditions, they're like, no, because you can't shoot close-ups with another person.
Really?
Yeah. I lost a Dewar's whiskey ad. I got hired for it.
Listen, if you'd be good for anything, it would be Dewar's.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought so too. Went there, and then they fired me because they got the girl to stand up an apple box, but looked like she had tiny arms. And then they got me to crouch down, but then it looked like I had gorilla arms. So they were like, you got to go.
Instead of hiring a taller girl to be with you in there. Right.
Well, obviously they liked her more than me, which was fair. She was very pretty, and I was just a goof. I was just a guy.
Anyway, I think he played. Didn't he play? I think he played sports too. Washington State or something. I think he played football or something.
I don't know.
As a tight end or something.
Anyway, all I'm saying is that tall, straight white guys are discriminated against.
And if I had a nickel for every time I've heard you make that argument in a bar. I was thinking about that last night. One time you had a conversation with somebody in a bar about that.
We did?
You did. The Virgil in L.A.
Oh, I was joking, though.
Yeah, but it was so funny. Just jokes. We made a joke, and it was a funny joke. Joe McHale opens up about raising a son with autism. Just love that kid. The comedian is dad to sons Edward, 19, and Isaac, 15, who he shares with wife Sarah. Joel McHale is opening up about raising his two boys. An exclusive clip shared with People from next week's episode of Getting Grilled with Curtis Stone. The comedian, 52, chats with a celebrity chef about raising his sons Edward, 19, and Isaac, 15, with his wife Sarah. It's all the cliches, the greatest thing that ever happened, right? McHale said of being a dad. And then it's the most challenging thing that's ever happened. It takes a lot of time and money, but I don't think I will die alone and get eaten by cats because someone in my family will check in on me. Our eldest, who's 18, he's on the autism spectrum, and he will be the first to tell you that. And then he would walk up to you and go, tell me about that time you get hurt, and then wait for your answer, the community actor said of his son, Edward. As our conversation continues, McHale reveals that while his son doesn't currently have plans to go to college, he's excited about the prospect of working on video games. So we're not sure what his trajectory is, but he loves video games and he's good at them, so I think he might just skip college, the proud dad said. I'm like, go ahead, just start work, just learn that C++ language and get to writing video games. Great. I can't tell, Joe McHale has a very kind of sarcastic, you remember when he was on Talk Soup? So I'm trying to figure out how to read his voice in this.
Well, he's talking about his child, so he's probably not being like, yeah, get that education.
Exactly.
He's probably not doing that.
He's probably not doing that bit he does. McHale also shares that both of his sons are honing their comedic skills. They're both extremely sarcastic and making fun of me. Like when we say grace, when we have dinner, Eddie will go, God is great, and Joel is not. He jokes. That's pretty funny. Isaac will be like, hey, Dad, when are you going to be relevant again? Do you think that people will like you again at some point? So there's a lot of that. Are you sure you don't want to be a comic or a dad, by the way, Graham? It sounds terrific. You have two little kids at your table, your size, making fun of you. No? Not interested?
I don't think my dad likes it. I would like to. I would like to have a kid, of course.
Yeah, you thinking about it? Yeah.
I've always wanted to have a kid.
I know, but you haven't had it lately. So I'm just. I wasn't sure if you're still on your radar or if you're like, meh.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is.
1, 2, 10.
Just the
baker's dozen?
the women that I'm dating that are my age bracket
Can't have kids.
don't want to or can't.
Right. Aren't you 40? Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 42.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 42 is tough to get pregnant. I think.
Sure. Yeah.
That's not an insult. I'm not.
Well, my age bracket isn't only my age.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
What do you consider your age bracket dating wise?
18 to 42.
Fair.
Yeah.
17 and a half in some states. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
All right, back to this. Graham didn't like this line of questioning. Stone later compliments Mikhail and his wife on raising Edward so well. There's no other choice other than just to love that kid and see what he wants to do, Mikhail said. Life throws you all sorts of things, and the journey with the kid has not been a traditional one because everyone else around us is doing more typical things. And I'm like, hey, it's all good. We'll see what happens. That's it. Short little article. Kind of interesting. We touched on Graham wanting to have a kid or not wanting to have a kid. And Graham, what do you think?
Well, I think that like he's obviously has a ton of resources because he's rich.
Yeah, it's a different experience.
It's a different experience, and he's like, well, the kid can just skip college, but maybe he can. But I think it's like pretty tough to get a job. It's a pretty competitive market to work creating.
We have a mutual friend who's talking about becoming a coder.
We do?
You and I have a mutual friend. I don't know if I want to say his name.
Okay, but I'd like to find out who it is after.
It's the guy.
You just said it in a way that I would know.
It's a former comic that's talking about exploring other options.
Oh, okay.
And but I tried to explain to him, like, I don't think you just walk into that. I think you have to take a few classes.
Yeah.
You don't just show up and then you're...
Coding is the new real estate.
Yeah, exactly.
Which you tried to do once.
I did try to do once.
But you did read a book and you got certified.
Well, I got licensed and I felt,
yeah.
In my defense, I felt like I like real estate. I've bought and sold half a dozen houses of my own, like, on the consumer end of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not completely, I've read the HUDs but it was I feel like everybody in LA was a real estate agent. It was not, I worked for a lady who was the person who the song My Sharona was about. Okay, you remember My Sharona?
Yeah, you were going to, with what, that lady?
That lady.
Yeah.
That song was about.
Yes.
Is a real estate agent in LA.
Yeah. That's her claim to fame?
And that's her claim to fame, and she still gets customers off of it. And if you Google it, you can look it up. It's not like she's not hiding it. And that was my boss.
Did you sell any houses?
I did not, but you can.
I know the lady who My Sharona was about. Doesn't quite work the same way.
No. I did help people find apartments because you get like 1 month, but by the time you pay the fees, it was a nightmare.
I remember that was when we first started this podcast before you were full-time
10
comedy.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I was in LA, so like LA, nothing pays.
I remember we recorded this podcast in your studio apartment, and your daughter was living there, and you had the real estate book.
Tough time.
Yeah, and you were eating. I remember you ate ground beef that had been on the stove since the day before. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "I have a tough stomach." And then you hit your stomach, and then it was fine.
Oh, I think I left leftovers out overnight, and I just ate them the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild times.
But it was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, you're from. I forget you're from Honduras. You're just like tougher than me.
You asked me today,
Ecuador.
How do you feel? I'm like, I feel fine. I think. I don't know.
Dude, yeah, I'm breaking down. All I eat is kale. My soy boy bones.
But I don't know why we were talking about.
But yeah, no. What I was saying is like, I think that he should good for him for supporting his kid and being like, maybe he's right to think that his kid wouldn't thrive in a structured environment like that.
Well,
and
I do agree with that. If
he could learn on his own the C++, whatever language
if you want to take
it's
some
called.
classes online or whatever, you just need to learn how to do the programming. Yeah, you don't have to necessarily take a 4-year degree if you don't want to do that.
But maybe you can, and then he's rich enough where he could probably find a way to get around that, not being certified. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I don't know. He's posted a really cute picture of his kid too. At 19,
yeah,
kind of looks like you a little bit. That strong jawline.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
very
thin lips, strong jaw.
Strong jawline.
Mikhail, Scottish.
Yep, that's where it's from.
Yeah,
but I think it's a sweet story. Sweet story, and man loves his kid, and
well, yeah, he seems like a good guy, Joel McHale. I've heard good things about him. I have a few friends that open for him or have opened for him stand-up wise on the road, and they all say good things. And
I didn't know he was doing stand-up still. He does.
Makes sense. I think having an autistic person in your life, a loved one, always makes you a better person, more empathetic, more patient, unless you're a bad guy. But anyway, that's gonna be the episode coming back. Kirk, glad to have you back.
It's great to be back in the States. I ate one of bacon, egg, and cheese in New York City at Peter Pan Bakery. My favorite, one of the few things I missed when I was in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And
you didn't Vegemite toast didn't replace it?
Yikes.
What
I
is-
did eat a lot of Tim Tams. I've got a lot of those Australian cookies, chocolate cookies that are like.
Oh, you like
good,
those?
Pretty good. And I've got, what do you got coming up, Grandma?
Oh, I've got nothing in all of March, but I am going to be in Houston, Texas in a month, folks. I'm going to be at the Riot Comedy Festival.
Hey, that's great.
That's April 4, 5, 6. That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Riot Comedy Festival in Houston, Texas. And I'm going to be opening up for Nate Bargatze in San Antonio and Austin, Texas. And then this is what's important, folks, is I'm going to be doing my own headline show at the Creek and the Cave Theater in Austin, Texas on Thursday, April 25th. You can get tickets at grahamk.com. That's April 25th, Austin, Texas. Come see your boy, Gramo. I'll be doing a lot of material on my brother on autism. And I would love to see you if you live anywhere around there. Let me know. I can get you discounted tickets. And that's it. How about you?
Guys, you'd do me a big favor if you would add me on YouTube and Facebook. I've got a Facebook fan page, and my little videos are out there. My name is Kirk Smith, and my accounts are Kirk Smith Comedy, and that'd be a big help to me. That's it, guys. Have a great week. You can do it.